Happy New Year to you. It is 2025, a new you in 2025. And so over the past year, I've been sharing tips to help NCLEX candidates study for their NCLEX, to move along their NCLEX journey in a more smoother way. And one of the first things I started reviewing is the myths that are associated with the NCLEX. And one of them is that many people think the NCLEX is out to get them. I even asked someone today and she said, yep, that's what I think. And so the NCLEX is not out to get you. The purpose of the NCLEX is to ensure that you are competent enough to take care of the clients that need you the most. And so one of my clients, I remember, who passed with minimum questions, she had that thought too, that belief. Many people do, right? And so I told her, I said, even if you see a question that you had and all of a sudden you get another question that's similar to that, that means more than likely you probably got it wrong and you really need to focus, right? Focus on this question and see what it's asking you. And it came a point during her NCLEX, that's exactly what happened. She said, Tamika, I had a question about beta blockers, and then next you know, they were giving me another question. And I remembered what you said, that I need to focus and concentrate on this question and pay attention to it. What is it really asking me? And she passed. So not just on that she passed, but other things that she passed. And so the next thing I started talking about right before Christmas was burnout, NCLEX burnout. And often people go into burnout because they're like all over the place and studying, right? You graduate and you're just like, I'll just study. And there's no rhyme or reason to what you're studying and if you're bridging the gaps. And I do have my study plans that are currently 10% off, starting at $5 to help get you some clarity and some focus and help you concentrate better and know what it is you want to study and help bridge those gaps in knowledge and application, right? Came to me today to start talking to you about tips, right? Specifically for NCLEX and how to study. And I'll give you this scenario. So when I was teaching my young son at the age about blocks, that I was glad that he could recognize the shapes, but then we moved on to what color block it is. So he would then say, it's a blue block, it's a green block. And often with NCLEX candidates, they'll tell me diuretics, they'll say insulin. And I don't want you just to tell me what class it belongs to, but I want you to qualify it. Is it a long-acting insulin versus a rapid-acting insulin or fast-acting? Because they work differently. Long-acting, basal, no peak, right? If it is a diuretic, I want you to tell me if it's a loop diuretic, thiazide, those are potassium wasting, versus a potassium-sparing diuretic, right? Spironolactone. So as you are studying, qualify what it is. And this is going to help because I'm going to talk about a tip about qualifying when you're looking at keywords. So it's important because diuretics, depending on which one you use, can cause some major issues, right? So losing potassium versus too much potassium and what that does to the heart. So that is what I'll be focusing on. Check me out in the videos. And these are really helpful tips, you guys, because if you can clearly see what they're asking you, if you can really make sense of the questions and what's going on, the rationales, then that increases your chances of understanding versus memorization. I'll talk to you soon.